Hello and welcome to the Show at 10. On the Show at 10, which we have been doing for quite some time now, we feature local businesses. We are small business advocates. We believe in free enterprise and small business, and we believe that all of us locally should be looking to do business with local businesses right here in our community. So as you watch these different video clips, we hope you will jot down the websites, the phone numbers, and you will make an effort to contact them because they are local businesses right here in our community that are supporting all the things that you want supported, and we want to make sure that they have success. So stay with us, enjoy the program, and most of all, if you know anyone who is a small business and they need to be featured on a program like this, please contact us. Our information is on the screen.
When you want to play golf, you shouldn't have to wait for a tee time. At Sawmill Golf Course, you don't need a tee time, and your green fees are always good for unlimited play. Sawmill Golf Course has been keeping golf affordable and enjoyable for 30 years. Play golf in Sawmill's relaxed and friendly atmosphere. Enjoy breathtaking scenery. Stop in for a drink after your round. At Sawmill, you're always in the company of friends. For more information, give us a call or visit us online today.
On this segment, we're at Sawmill Golf Course in Easton. A golf course that not only is exciting to play, but it's been a dream for a long time for Mr. Dick Field. And Dick, thank you again for being with us on the program. We've talked about this before, but this, if you look back in time, what did this look like?
It was a rundown farm to start off with, that's all.
Somehow you had a vision about putting together, how did you see a golf course emerging out of this farm? And somehow in your mind you could see that.
Oh, you have to do a lot of looking to see it first. You have to see the lay of the land and where the greens should be or could be, and just have to put it all together. It took a lot of time for me.
Do you remember what year you started?
1965 I bought this place.
Telling, I think on some of the other programs we talked about, you had the whole family walking through picking up rocks.
Yeah, right, but they all helped all along, and Nancy is still with me to keep it going. So
Nancy's your daughter, and Nancy now is kind of the marketing director and in charge.
She's everything now. She's chief cook and bottle washer. That's her. She's doing a good job too. So
well, let's talk about the course for a minute, because when people come here, it's laid out uniquely. The greens look great. Describe it. How's it? Okay, I know the first 9, back 9.
Well, the first 9 we finished in 1987, and then I got working on the back 9, and that took me another 10 years to get that done. But it's a lot of work doing it right, and everything was done right. We built all the greens to USGA specifications so that they would be playable all year long, and after a rain there's no problem. So all the hard work paid off. It's coming along good yet.
How would you describe the first 9? I mean, it's kind of, is it like most courses, warm-up time and then the back 9 get tougher?
Pretty much. The front 9 is pretty much in the level part of it, and nothing too out of order with it, but the back 9 we had some choice spots that we used that turned out pretty good for the overall layout.
So when somebody comes here, I mean, whether they're a first-time golfer or whether they've been golfing for a long time, it can challenge them.
Yes, nobody eats the place up. You know, they have to work for it. We have some good golfers who can score pretty well, but for the most part, it's user-friendly. Okay, it doesn't intimidate people and make them not want to come back. We want them to come back, and with the layout we have, they keep coming back. They aren't driven away by unruly greens or anything that's unfair.
Seems like a very happy crowd when I come here. They're all happy, and you know, I know it's affordable. It's a very affordable price.
Right.
That was important to you.
That's the most important, really. If it isn't affordable, then you're not going to get young people or beginners, they don't want to drop $100 to play around the golf. Here they can come for a fraction of that, and if they aren't good, they're still welcome here, and they can take their time and enjoy themselves. I want it to be enjoyable. That's the main thing.
Any final words or anything we left out that you'd like to say, to the community about the golf course?
It's been everything I hoped it would be when I started work. It's been a lot of work, but it's been very satisfying to see people come here and enjoy themselves.
We've been joined by Nancy, and Nancy, your dad was just talking about how much you mean to him and what goes on here at the course, and I know you're working diligently day-to-day operations, but let's talk about tournaments here, because there's a couple things we didn't mention with your father. One is there's a new addition going on here for people to have parties and tournaments and things. Tell us a little bit about that.
We just finished, we're coming down to the wire now, finishing up what will be the loft at Sawmill, with the second floor of the clubhouse, which used to be basically a hayloft. He kept the features of it, and we can seat probably 150 people for banquets, parties, whatever.
As we're talking, they're seeing that. Boy, it is beautiful. The flooring, everything. It's a great place to have a party. Is it something that is catered here? Is that how that works?
Yes, that's what we will be working with local caterers.
So if somebody has somebody in mind, they bring them with them, or you provide that?
Both, yeah, either way. We're going to have a list of caterers that we use, or if somebody has something in mind, we can work with that also.
And how about tournaments now? There are tournaments that go on throughout the year, things that are run here, women's leagues, men's leagues, things like that. Just mention that, and then if somebody has an idea, wants to start something, what they would do.
Yeah, we have our senior league on Monday, we have a men's league, we have a ladies league, we have our tournaments, we have our breast cancer tournament every July, we have our course championships in August. We welcome groups to come in. We have groups that come in every year from different places that have tournaments here and fundraisers, and we can help you set one up, or if you know what you want to do, we can work with you to to schedule it, and everybody seems very happy when we have those tournaments.
Final word. What do we want to leave everybody thinking about? It's Sawmill. It's part of your life, part of your family, but yet it's a really neat course. Just in a final word, let people know what you think about it.
Sawmill is family. The employees are like family. The people that come here, we're not just any other golf course. We care about all the people that come in beyond their golf score, and it's a very happy, comfortable atmosphere, and it's just such a great place to be, really.
We've now been joined by Ann Francisco, and Ann, thank you for taking a minute to be with us. You have been around this golf course for a very long time. Tell us about yourself and a little bit about your history here.
Well, I started in the first women's league in 1987, and I golfed a couple years, and then I went to work, and then I came back 7 years ago, and I played today in the ladies league.
What do you like about Sawmill Golf Course?
Well, I like it because it's women friendly. The holes aren't real long. Like, I've golfed all over the Poconos and all over, around here within an hour, and some of the Pocono ones that you can't reach them with a driver, an average woman.
Yeah.
And these I can reach with a driver,
Sure. We've now been joined by Mr. Phil Mittman, and Phil, thank you for taking a minute to be with us. You're out here on the golf course.
I sure am on this golf course. What's interesting about this Sawmill course is that it has quite a few challenges, but the Fields family started it in, I think, 1965, and it's just gotten better all the time. I just started playing golf 2 years ago, but it's a blast for me and the guys I come out with. My wife Linda doesn't golf yet.
So do you come out often?
I come out at least once a week, sometimes twice, because I come out with other guys, and sometimes I come out by myself just to really practice. Art, it is really a position golfer's course. It may not be as long as some others, but you got to be on the course because the fairways are pretty tight. There are a number of hills, and there are a number of things that kick to the right. So it's a position golf. So it's great practice and makes you really work.
Walking around on a beautiful day at the golf course, ran into Mr. Tom Evans. And Tom, what are you doing here today?
Playing some golf with my wife.
Now, we're at Sawmill Golf Course, and you are retired from your other position, but what was that position?
I was the superintendent of schools at Easton.
I'm sure that was an adventure for you.
Oh yes, kept me busy.
How many years did you do that?
Well, I was in the district 24 years. I was a superintendent for about 2.5 before I retired, but I was the principal of the high school for 13 years.
Now, what brings you out to Sawmill Golf Course?
Chance to relax in a beautiful atmosphere.
What do you think of the course?
It's a great course. It really is. It's challenging. But I like the relaxed atmosphere. The people here are very friendly, and everybody that plays here is extremely courteous. So it makes for a very relaxing and pleasant experience.
Medical alert systems are simple, easy, accessible devices that can make a world of difference in a medical emergency. These devices allow you to contact emergency services in the event of a fall or other emergency. If you are a senior looking for extra security or a family member concerned about an older or disabled adult living alone and want to provide your family some peace of mind, then your choice should be help.me. For more information, give us a call today or visit us online.
We are now joined by Rob Ace from RKA Construction. And Rob, thank you for taking a minute to be with us. I know you're busy, but we're in a beautiful home here that you built for someone, and you help dreams come true when it comes to homes. And give us a little background on your company, RKA. How long you been around? What do you do?
We've been in business for approximately almost 20 years now. We are a custom builder, do custom homes, remodeling. We also offer home lot packages that we do have available. We pride ourselves on the custom experience, our quality, our reputation, our communication, and our reliability.
Are you limited to areas where people can use you to build a home or do some remodeling?
Well, we actually cover a large area, all the way from Lehigh Valley to the Poconos, to above the Poconos, Lake Baldwin Park back area, and above, as well as below Lehigh Valley also.
So before we take the tour of this home, if somebody's looking and they're seeing this home and they go, wow, that's beautiful, you can build this kind of home anywhere for them. And at the same time, if they don't have property yet, do you help them find the right property?
That's correct. We can build this home either on their property, or we can help them walk through finding a piece of property for them, as well as making sure that all those things are in line when they find a piece of property, to make sure it is approved for building, septic, everything else, easements, whatever it might be. We're there to help them walk through that process and make sure everything is done correctly.
So with that being said, tell us about this home. It is beautiful. When you drive up the outside of the home, describe it a little bit so people get a feel for it.
Well, this is actually a custom built home. It's a craftsman style home that the homeowners came to us and asked us to build custom wise. It is it's a two-story craftsman style with a stone facade on the outside. It also has board and batten, as well as a three-car garage, and
columns too, doesn't it?
It does have columns.
Are they wood, or they just look wood?
They actually are a FIPON material, which is a foam material.
It never wears out, right?
That's correct. It will never rot. So we're using a lot of that now in a lot of the new homes.
But it looks authentic. Everything looks authentic.
Yes, it does.
Really beautiful. So when you come into the home, what do you see? You walk in, you have a foyer, what happens?
Well, when you walk into a two-story foyer, which was important to them, and that was designed specifically for their wants and needs. Then you walk from there into an open dining room, then from there into a kitchen area, which opens into a family room area, which is an open concept, basically, is what they designed, and they walked through that whole design themselves.
Yeah, the kitchen is beautiful.
That was their open concept was important to them, so that all flows together.
It does, and so if you're having a party, you can see who's doing the cooking, you can talk, you can communicate back and forth. There's a beautiful fireplace behind us here. Is that a gas fireplace?
Yes, this is actually a gas fireplace with a stone surround and a custom mantle that they actually had picked out themselves and brought to us.
It looks like it came out of an old barn.
It actually did, yes. They picked that up, and then we installed that for them.
Okay, so when you look through the home, obviously it has a beautiful dining area as well, as you'd mentioned. And then with the master bedroom, is that on the first floor, second floor?
They actually wanted their master bedroom on the first floor, which was designed...
Thinking ahead already.
Yes, which was specifically designed for them. Has two walk-in closets, as well as a nice master suite, where it also has the bathroom in there with walk-in shower, nice tiled shower that was, custom.
So when we go upstairs, what do we see?
There's 3 bedrooms upstairs with a hall bath, and then some storage areas also that are above the garage area, and as well as over the master, which can be expanded on at any point in time.
So when it comes to someone in the garage, I don't want to forget that, but you mentioned it before, but it's a 3-car garage?
That's correct. It is a 3-car garage.
It's nice to have a 3-car.
It is. That was another important thing for them too, is 2 cars is tight. If you can have 3 for just storage wise, mower, snow blower, whatever it might be, it's a big help.
So if someone's watching this, and what is their first step? Obviously, people are excited. They want homes. They want them fast. You can't do them. It's not a fast food place. So what do you say to people? How long do you plan, and what's their steps in getting ready to have a home built like this?
Well, the first step is to give us a call. That would be our first step. So then the second thing would be we're going to help them walk through design-wise of what the style of home that they're looking for, as well as what's important to them on their wish list, because that's the most important. The style that they like living-wise. Some people like a formal dining room, some people don't, some people, all depending on what's important to them. But the first step, after we sit down, is to do that. We also need to, when we do that step, is find out where they want to be. Okay, what area they want to be. Do they want to be in the Lehigh Valley? Do they want to be in the Poconos? Do they want to be wherever they're going to be? And then from there we start to work on the design as well as the property. So
I was going to say, so if somebody says to you, okay, that's the kind of home we want. We'd like to be in this area. Do you help them find the land?
We can help them find the land. We also have land available that we have, as well as we have access to the multiple listing service, which we can help them find land that way, as well as we also have people that have come to us that have told us that they have lots available. They're not listed on the MLS, but we can have them.
Excellent. So, in wrapping it up, so to speak, what do we want to leave people thinking about? How long should they allow? Okay, we're in concept here. You didn't pick the house out yet. From your perspective, how long do you like people to allow for the whole process?
I would tell people to allow approximately between 6 to 7 months, I would say.
That's actually pretty quick.
Yeah, it can be pretty quick. It can be a little bit quicker than that, all depending on how, weather-related things go, whatever it might be. But I would tell people to generally plan in the 7-month area. This way it gives us a little bit of lead time.
So in a final word, somebody's watching. They shouldn't be afraid to at least ask, right? They should give you the call and find out what to do next.
That's correct, yeah. They can call, we can sit down with them. It's free to sit down just to put ideas together to see if it's even what what they're looking for, whatever it might be. It's a fun process. It's your dream, and it can be your dream home. So it's exciting, it's fun. It doesn't hurt to sit down and just get the information first.
Yes, of course. Usually with the IRS is they will levy the accounts, basically in any name that owes money, which means the name on the tax return. IRS does have a habit of asking you first to withdraw your money. And of course there are various types of pension plans, and one of them the IRS is not privy to until up to 5 years of your retirement, which they, in any type of IRS enforcement action, will get a collateral agreement to take that pension plan at a given time.
On this segment, we are at the New Jerusalem Lutheran Church, which was originally founded as Apple's Church, and we are joined by the Reverend Lauren Applegate, the pastor here, and thank you, first of all, for taking time to be with us. Maybe you could give us a little bit of the history, because this church has been around for a little while.
It has. We have, our roots were planted here as Apple's Church back in the mid-1800s. The property itself was owned by the Apples family, and they set it aside to be used for a school and for a community, a place of worship for people here in the neighborhood. So we have roots back to the mid-1700s, and the building itself was built in 1834.
The stonework is just exquisite. And you can see, and when you walk inside too, you can feel that authentic feeling.
There's been a lot of families that have come through here, a lot of families that have put hard work into this building, and it is our hope and our prayer that all the work that's been done through the generations continues to bring glory to God.
Where exactly is this located? Because it's very strategically located and very convenient.
We are located just south of 412, south of Hellertown, just in Lower Saucon Township, and we have community members who come from the country up towards Bingen, as well as those who live in Hellertown and beyond. It's very easy to get to.
So when we're talking about some of the things that go on here, it is a church, so maybe you could tell us some of the times the services are and some of the other things that go on here, because even as we're doing this interview, I see food moving in and out, and there's things going on. So it's some of the services and what goes on.
Of course. So as a community that worships together, our main focus is our worship time. So the first Saturday of the month, we have a 6 p.m. service. It's a smaller service, more of it's spoken word, but it's very much accessible and kind of a small, close, intimate feeling. Then on Sunday mornings, we have a 9 a.m. worship, which has some more people at it. It's more musical. It's more, it's very much a public profession of faith. And we take the sacraments, we take communion every week, which is very important for the Lutheran tradition, and we celebrate and give thanks to God for the forgiveness we receive through the waters of baptism. Other than that, outside of worship, we have a food bank that is serving over 120 families from the local community. Each family has quite a few people in it, so we're serving, I would say, over 400 people from the food bank.
And how does that work? Is it people that specifically through the church, or someone that knows of someone?
It is an open invitation to people within the Saucon Valley School District to come in, and if they are in need, we just need proof of their address, and we will, welcome them in to shop through our food bank, which is the second and third Saturdays of each month. The volunteers we have that serve there are from congregations across the whole area. So Hellertown Area Ministerium supports our food bank here by supplying volunteers as well as food and donations, and not just the churches. We also have community organizations that help support this ministry as well. So it gets everybody involved.
And you also have a preschool here, I believe?
We do. We have a preschool housed here at New Jerusalem. It has roots back far longer than I've been here, and I'm thankful for that. And this upcoming year, we have some of the biggest registration numbers that we've seen ever. So we are thankful for that and look forward to how we can meet the challenges and meet the ministry, if you will, to help serve and raise some of the youngest in our community.
You find that you have families that are still going here, that from early roots?
Yeah, so we have some more recent members from the families that founded this congregation, and they come with a certain amount of passion and commitment to this congregation as a whole. But we also have some newer people coming in who bring in new ideas and new ways of looking at things. So when those two groups come together, it is an amazing experience of how God is at work in the world. God is doing something new, yet it's the same God that's been with us since the beginning of time.
So in wrapping it up, what do we want to leave people thinking about?
If you come and join us here, what you will find is a community that is looking to be as welcome and honest and authentic as they possibly can be. You'll hear preaching that is down to earth and reverent to the Word of God, yet has an ability to reach you exactly where you are, because that's what God wants. That's what God does.
Yes, bank accounts are a usual process for the IRS, whereas they levy your bank account. And normally that's an awakening to each taxpayer. It puts the taxpayer at odds where their checks will be bouncing and they won't be able to pay their customary and ordinary bills of their household. When this happens, we are very successful at retracting the bank levy and setting up a more permanent structure with the IRS for each taxpayer that comes to us.
On this segment, we're joined by Steve Grotenhouse. We're talking about Harmony Press, and Harmony Press is one of those companies that has transitioned over the years. Technology has come and changed the way people traditionally print things. Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself, your history here, because Harmony Press has been around for a while and has seen the changes and has transitioned successfully. Some of the history.
We started in 1971. Before that was a company by my father, who was called Book and Supply House. And in 1971, my brother came out of the Army and incorporated Harmony Press as a corporation. And we grew in Harmony, New Jersey until 1991, when we moved to Easton for a larger space. And and we've grown out of the space here in Easton, and we lease another 10,000 feet, about a block down the road. But we've grown to from 5 or 6 employees to 35 employees.
Today, people want things quickly. They want it turned around. What are some of the types of things you do? I mean, you work throughout the Lehigh Valley, but you kind of work all over the country, don't you?
Yes, we do. In this market, you can work for companies all over the country. Our biggest customer is in Atlanta, Georgia, and one of our other big customers in Florida. And but because our product gets fulfilled and shipped around the country, you could be anywhere in the country.
Let's talk about some of the products. So, printing, I mean, obviously there's brochures, there's books. Tell us, what do you do mostly here, or what do you specialize in?
Well, the catalog business has always been part of our business. Mailings, mailing business is still vibrant. Nowadays, people have print mailed in order to drive them to their websites, so they're finding out that print still is viable. We print a lot of pharmaceutical work. We do a lot of work locally here for Crayola and Follett, some of the manufacturers in eastern Pennsylvania.
I was looking back there, you were even making boxes, right? You make custom boxes.
We design and create custom boxes. We do packaging work. We do samples. We have our own CAD system and our large output digital printing to make beautiful samples of boxes before they go to a production run.
And what about today with signs and vehicle wraps and things like that? Do you get into that at all?
We do. It's a new part of our business. We have 2 Roland 65-inch printers. We print on vinyl. We print on paper. We print and apply to all kinds of materials, and it's become another cash stream for us.
So when you talk about large jobs versus small jobs, is there any job too small? Is there any job too large?
We think not, but most jobs we can handle. There's very few jobs that we wouldn't do unless we went to web printing.
Now, you do have a different part of Harmony, which is a faster model, or a day turnaround quicker in a day.
Well, we have the digital department. We call it Instant Harmony. We have 3 biz hubs. We can digitally print, fold, staple, trim in one operation without anyone else having to touch it. It gets completed right off the digital biz hubs.
Amazing. So when it comes to novelties or handouts or specialty items, you also handle that?
We do. We produce a number of what we call promotional products, handouts. Some people call them tchotchkes, but we will do anything that helps a company to market their product.
So in wrapping it up, what have we left out? What do you do here to, perhaps, graphic design, if somebody needs help? They have part of their idea in their mind, but it's not all figured out.
Yeah, we have a number of artists here who create logo and design and for vehicle wraps, for brochures, for any number of things.
So in wrapping it up, if somebody needed to have something done, they weren't sure how to go about it, or if there's someone that has a very large project that they need turned out rather quickly, they should call you, talk to you, because you could direct them and help them out.
I'm sure we can.
Hi, if you are being audited, you don't want to go it alone. I am Dana Yoder, Certified Public Accountant and Audit Specialist at Corvino & Verwise, Certified Tax Resolution Specialist. We are here to help.
For more information on how to handle your tax situation in the most professional manner, call Corvino & Verwise or visit us online today.